Someone said, "Is it really hard for Instagram influence to find love?"
Ooh. Okay, Jessie and Lalu, let's hear it. It's hard.
Yes, because people want to.
Why is it hard, Jessie?
People want to be Instagram couples.
Sure. Yeah, they want to be famous. They want to be up on.
Yeah, so it's annoying.
That's interesting that people want that. Because like I find like I would think that most guys just want to like be out of the shot and like just
it took me a long time. It took me 2 years before I started to be on the screen with Jackie, because at first it was all weird to me. I was like, I don't want to be up on the screens. But yeah, for guys that want to, I ain't gonna lie, you lose a lot if you're dating someone that's in the public eye. There's a lot of privacy that goes out of the window, and I do aspects of that, if I'm honest. But yeah, it comes with the territory.
I think another thing is also like there's like once you go from what I've seen, it's like there's also a lot of people that are now involved in your relationship if you're not careful.
God.
So it's like a lot of people giving their opinions and a lot of people giving their suggestions and just things that really is none of their business. So if you're not very strong in your relationship before you do that whole like let's go public or whatever, now like everybody's talking in your ears and you can just be like, no, we don't listen to it. But easily could start to filter in, and you might not even know when it begins to actually affect your relationship. So you have to be very strong in it. And I also feel like another thing about it is also like, so I think a lot of it goes for both genders, but some people tend to come into it thinking like, what can I get out of this person? Like, what can I get out of their spotlight, out of their life? Like, how can they help me? And it's just like, bro, let's just be human beings and just be together. Like, this is not business. And a lot of people really see it as, it's still business on one side.
But isn't that like how most of like dating in today's world is? It's like people, everything's like transactional. Like a lot of people just want, like they want to go into situations person. Right. So it's like, this is what I get from being with you. Like you have these connections, you have money, you have like fame or whatever. So like, that's the benefit I get, as opposed to like, how can I come in as a whole person and make your life better? Like, most people just out here looking for their own quick gain.
It's a whole long discussion. I've got so many different views on this. I don't even know where to start. I've got so many. Yeah.
Wait, so Denis, you tell us, because you're actually dating a very big influencer. So what was, if it's not too private, what was it like when you guys made the decision to go public? Was it like it had been something you guys been talking about before and you guys were finally like, okay, let's do it? Or was it just like, we don't really care anymore?
So it was something we were definitely talking about for a while. And I was reluctant in the beginning. And more importantly, I wanted to make sure it was real, do you know what I mean, before we went out. Because as you said, once you open yourself up to the public, everyone has their opinion and you have to be strong-minded. And even though you say it doesn't bother you subconsciously, you may see a message that triggers you and you're like, they say something and you're like, what? That's not true. And you're like, and it messes up with your mind. So if you're not strong-minded, you could use that and you could be having a let's say argument with your partner and she would say something and then something that you read could have triggered that and that could have a direct effect. So you've got to really, really be strong-minded and know. So for me, if you're not strong-minded, just avoid the comments or maybe just avoid doing the videos at all. So it's different and it's not easy. And to be honest, you gotta know your role as well. You gotta know your role as well. Like for me, like I know Jackie, she's got her own thing. She's a star, and I'm gonna just be there to support her and add value where I can. Help her do what she needs to do. But at the same time, I don't want to be up in her face. I don't want to be up in her videos. She comes and bothers me. I'm like, leave me alone. I don't really want to be leave me alone.
Jackie was like, babe.
Yeah, she's always me. But no, but for me, like, I just want to make sure she's winning, and that's the key. Like, and not letting anyone think, because people will try to make you feel like, you're wrong for trying to help your partner. Like, why is it a bad thing that she'll be like, why are you doing your own thing? I'm like, at first I am, and look, she's Jackie's show, by the way. You want to sneak in and say hi? Jessie's on the call.
First of all, I think a lot of people underestimate what Denis and Jackie do as a team, because if you're like from the outside, there are people who will look at it like that, but when you actually get to know them, when you actually talk to Jackie, the way she talks about Denis, it's as if Denis is like the epicenter, like them two are being together is the epicenter of what she does or what they do. Like, so they both regard each other in the best light, and I always like that about them.
What's the topic of today's discussion?
How annoying you are.
Yeah, girl. Girl, Denis was dragging you, girl.
I believe it.
He was dragging you.
You guys have an audience.
No.
Yeah, we have all this like a live chat.
Wait, you can do this live?
Yeah, this is dope. Yeah, this is like a live
it's
chat.
live.
There are people in the chat talking.
Y'all got Amplify Africa too? Hey.
But let's talk about Auntie Jackie's skin though. She came in and she just came in like bopping. I was like, okay, like me.
Well, I was just so intrigued by your beautiful hair, honey. Like
that's what I said.
Volume goes into honey. You see how my hair literally, your hair is boom. My hair flat, boring.
No, your hair is popping. Look at those curls. Like those curls are on point.
Thank you.
Keep on saying hi, babe.
Hi guys. I know I was reading the comments. So I won't interrupt. I just wanted to.
You can leave.
Oh, Auntie Jackie, people are asking you to do the Jackie. You gotta do it.
Okay, you can leave us now, babes.
You're so mean. You see how he does? He's so mean.
You're so cute.
Have a good one. Have a good one.
Bye, guys.
As I was saying, I was rudely interrupted. No, I'm playing. No, it's honestly, it's all love, and it's different for different people, and you got to know each other's traits. There's things that she doesn't like, that's what I do. That's annoying. The things that she does, so you just got to work it out, and it takes time.
I think
that's the first thing.
The thing you said though, like that probably stands out the most is like there's a level of self-reflection that I think we encourage, like Laulu and I encourage a lot of our listeners to like take time to do. Is like figure out yourself, figure out what you're able to tolerate. Like there's not every single person that looks like the right fit for you is the right fit. And like I always say like in life you're like a villain in somebody else's story at some point, but like it's probably because like that just wasn't the right mesh, wasn't the right fit. So like find yourself and then find that fit with whoever it is you're supposed to be with, and it makes sense as opposed to like trying to like just fit into all these different spaces and like trying all these different things, and like you keep hurting yourself and like you're traumatizing your own self. So by the time you actually find your fit, it doesn't actually fit because you like it doesn't fit. You've messed everything else up. So I think like just understanding that like dynamic and like who am I? What can I take? What can I not take? Like I've been the the Instagram partner, the behind the scenes. I gotta get all the angles. I gotta get on the floor. Yeah, like your pictures never make it out because like she's the one who's like, but like. That's what you do. Like when you care about somebody else, like you help them win, like what Denis was saying earlier, as opposed to like just wanting for yourself. So,
and I also want to say one key thing. I think there's nothing wrong being inspired by couples and people, but we should never get to the level where you think, "Oh my God, this is how I want my relationship to be. This is perfect." Because you have to remember, me and Jackie, what we put out is what we're comfortable with. There's things that the arguments, you don't see that stuff. That's because that's between us, but. That's why we have to be careful to think, oh my God, this is the relationship I want. And then if you don't find something that matches that in the outside world, then you kind of may lose the opportunity and make someone work with someone because you've said in your head, this is how I see a relationship, and if it doesn't match this, then I don't want it. And you may never find that because you have this thing in your head that this is the reality of how a amazing relationship is. And it's, as I said, there's nothing wrong with having your requirements and what you're looking for, but just be careful to think that every relationship is perfect because it's not.
It's not. And at the end of the day, I think the biggest thing is just like, you should remember that you're dating this person as a person and as a human being, not as an influencer, not as a celebrity, not as anything, but like an actual person. And that's just all there is to it. And once you like take off all those layers, it's like, okay. The arguments are gonna come, the disagreements are gonna come. But once you actually know for what you're doing, then you can really just deal with anything. So